Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the SciShow. We have a couple of new families available in the Shadow Portal. We have the Forsaken and Institute families with a couple of heroes from each. Before we get into the heroes, just a very quick mention. I've dropped some names on the screen. These are the winners from my competition in my previous video. I have already given the codes to a few, so the names left on the screen. Please reach out to me. Drop me a comment on any of my videos. I have responded to your older comments to give you a notification that you've won. But please drop me a comment. Give me some way of contacting you so I can give you the code. Whether it's your line ID, remember to use the link or QR code. Whether it's an email address, messenger, whatever it may be, give me some way of reaching out to you so I can give you the code and you can claim your prizes. And congratulations again. On to Khatrox, we will check the portal as we always do. 1.4% chance of a legendary hero, 0.5% chance of a legendary event hero, 0.6% chance of a legendary featured hero. And if you do summon a legendary hero, we get 3 bonus draws with a 30% chance on each to get another legendary hero. So reasonably low odds, but for anyone who's watched the channel, you do know that I like my Insanity heroes, and I do like the gambler's chance of getting extra draws. So stick around, I will actually do some summons. I have some gems left over because I went a little bit crazy during Harvest. So I might use those leftover gems for this portal. Khatrox is a barbarian. Oh man, I can't even talk sometimes. Been a bloody long day. But Barbarian class gives the Master Wound once maxed out. It's just a chance to do a little bit of extra damage via bleed. Nothing overly special with that class talent. Bulwark is the Aether talent. Bit of extra defense, so very good. Alright, we'll turn that off. I do like the cool little logo there on the family bonus. We'll check that out. Forsaken family for 1, 2, or 3 heroes. So it's nice when you get a bonus even for 1. We have 15, 20, or 30% critical chance and 20, 30, 40% health. So that health bonus straight up of 20% is really, really nice, especially if you're going to be using the hero as a tank or something like that. It just gives you straight up health boost, which is always good. We'll check the passive out. It was a bit annoying that some of the early Insanity heroes had a passive. It was generally that they received less damage or got more attack. I think it was less damage as their Insanity went higher. So it's nice to see that it's come back because that sort of disappeared on a few of the heroes. This particular hero has Eldritch Pact. If defeated, the character has a chance to be reborn as Eldritch Host. The chance is 5% per 10 Insanity on this character up to a maximum chance of 50%. So the host has 100% inherited health, 1,000 attack, 1,000 defense, and a special skill of Eldritch Blight. So I like that it's linked to the Insanity. Kind of means in a way the riskier you've been using Insanity, the more chance you have of possibly coming back. So I like that. That's cool. Do like that. Artwork is kind of cool. I wish they'd do a little bit more with the background maybe. Just sometimes I feel the hero is just so in your face and you can't really make anything out. So I don't know. I'd like to see a bit of a story in the hero card if that makes sense. Power is just creeping along as per normal. Pretty high attack on this dude, a little bit low on the defense, but the special skill is Obliterating Surge, running at slow speed. Boosts health of the caster by 1,000. Deals 470% damage to all enemies and inflicts 20 insanity on them. So 470% to all, that's quite a big hit, especially with that attack. Stat, that's going to be a very big smack around. Stores all damage dealt to the caster for 3 turns. When the effect ends, stored damage is dealt to all enemies up to a maximum of 1,000 damage. This effect can't be dispelled. Inflicts 50 insanity on the caster. I really like that. I like that for an Insanity hero, quite often once you fire them, that sort of it, it's like, oh crap, I'm a bit worried now. This one here is still doing that follow-up damage as well. So 470%. I mean, that could be up to sort of a 1,200 hit each. Then you're doing up to another 1,000 damage. It is only for 3 turns that it stores the damage. And being slow, it's decent that it's boosting its health by 1,000. because a slow hero, it's probably going to have taken some damage, so it's boosting its health back up by 1,000, giving yourself enough health to stay alive for those next 3 turns, and any damage dealt to the caster is then dealt out. Now, the only issue I have with that is 3 turns isn't a long time, and I think if you're using this hero on defense as an example, the attackers can kind of avoid it for 3 turns and it's not going to be doing much follow-up damage. So yes, it's a big hit for slow. It's putting Insanity on itself, so you're also then risking... I know Insanity is probably not the best on defense anyway, but you're putting 50 Insanity on yourself. So that next hit, unless you've got a way to block the Insanity or to heal it off, it's such a big risk on that second hit to do a 470% damage to yourself. Like, that is a crazy risk to be taking. So straight up, I'm going to say pair with Garten, who's in the recent Soul Exchange, who it may take a little bit of timing because Garten will be ready to fire. But if you hold off on Garten, fire Garten, and then Khatrox straight away, then Khatrox won't get that Insanity. So that's a good pairing there. Now, on offense, I think it's sort of similar because you're not going to, unless you time it perfectly, you don't get hit as much when you're going on offense because the defense just have slash attacks. You're not getting hit with multiple tiles. So that damage may not actually store up very much unless the enemy is ready to fire their special skills. So yeah, I think he's a really strong hero, but I think it's going to take some timing. And in certain instances, the timing's not going to work out. And it's like, damn, I'm going to fire him, but he's not going to take any additional damage. So you really... I think the main thing here is to focus on what's known, or like go into battle, and when any assumptions you're making is based on what you know you're going to get, you're going to get a 470% hit and the Insanity. This extra damage, you can't really bank on what that's going to be. It could be up to 1,000. It could just be, 100. So you may not do much follow-up damage at all. Cool passive, giving him a chance to come back. But yeah, I think being slow, we always say it, Rush War, he may be more and more useful. If you've got any mana generation, you could pair him with a Toxicandra. Hopefully you've got the costume. Anyone who's giving additional mana to speed him up. But I think in normal circumstances, he's not quite doing enough. The 20% Insanity is enough, as we know. Insanity can get you even when it's low. I don't think he's going to be anything crazy meta. I don't think it's going to create any huge issues. The reborn thing will be annoying at times. But yeah, solid hero, cool skills. I like what he's doing. And yeah, very, very solid. Don't think he'll be doing anything super crazy. We'll move on to the new Institute family. This guy looks cool as. I like any sort of bow and arrow, crossbow type thing. Always reminds me of a weird story where I met someone from a dating app in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night. And she had a bow and arrow in the back of a van. There's a funny story there. I won't tell it right now. I may have already told that ages ago. Anyway, Professor Morryster. Cool looking dude. I like him. He looks like he's holding on to like a... What is he holding on to back there? Oh, just a random lantern thing. That's kind of cool. I like that. Also, let me know if you like... We do have a new 4 and 3 star, and I'll do a very, very quick rundown of those. But let me know if you enjoy the 4 and 3 star reviews. I kind of feel without a lot of new 4 and 3 star heroes coming out that it's almost a given any new 3, 4 stars are going to be useful. It comes down to generally in the 3 star and 4 star category, you basically, if you've got tunes and glass, then you're kind of set for everything. Apart from that, any older hero will generally be replaced by something new that comes out. So, but let me know if you do like those reviews as well. This dude's a fighter, which gives a really awesome revive. So that's one of the best classes there is. Counter attack, Aether talent. Not a big thing, but it can be really important. If you get a big cascade at the start, it can actually really annoy and take out your hero's health pretty quick. So keep that in mind. The Institute family is for 1, 2, 3 heroes again. So +5, 9, and 13% mana generation. So that's awesome. Any mana is great. And 20, 30, 40% health as well. So similar to what I mentioned last time, mana generation is always fantastic if you can. There is only one of these heroes at the moment, so you can't go above one. But if you can get that up to 9, 13%, that can make a huge difference to what you're doing. This dude has a Branded by the Old Ones passive. All damage from normal attacks and special skills dealt by this character is increased by 5% per 10 insanity up to 50%. So all damage from normal attacks and special skills dealt by the character is increased by 5%. So it's almost just like a little attack stack passive, which is nice. Goes up and down as you're healing. So yeah, in a way, it's a little bit annoying that if you heal your insanity off, you're actually then doing some less attack, but that's okay. It's a nice thing to have. Pretty balanced stats all around here. Touch higher on the defense. And average speed special called Seeking Shots. Deals 460% damage to the target and nearby enemies and inflicts 45 insanity on them. Inflicts the target and nearby enemies with minion corruption for 4 turns. Okay, that's new. That adds a chance of minions transforming into fiends. This effect is uncleansable. Wow. Insanity, so it's almost like insanity for the fiends. Adds a chance of minions and mega minions transforming into fiends at the end of a turn. Reaching 70 insanity activates a transformation automatically. This effect applies also to any new minions and mega minions summoned while afflicted by minion corruption. Minion transforms into Eldritch Fiend, 50% attack, 25% health, inflicts 5 insanity every turn. Wow. Mega Minion transforms into Eldritch Mega Fiend, 150% attack, 75% health, inflicts 10 insanity every round. Sorry. Whew, that's a lot to digest. A Fiend damages their target every turn. A Fiend disappears after absorbing healing. Amount of healing required depends on the target's max health. So that is big. That's a huge thing against any Mega Minions or Minions. So reaching 70 automatically activates. The crazy thing is they then start giving the insanity out. Like, that is crazy. Minion transforms into Fiend, 5 insanity per turn. The Mega Minion transforms. That is crazy. I'm presuming the insanity level is the same. So if the hero's got 50% insanity, I'm presuming there's a 50% chance the minion will turn. Although it might be 35, like it might be working on the fact that 70 is the maximum. So there may be at 35 insanity, it's got 50%. That's interesting. Going to be interesting to play with that to see when that activates and when it doesn't. On top of that, the target nearby enemies get minus 34% defense against special skills for 4 turns, inflicts 50 insanity on the caster. So I think there would be a great pairing for Professor Morryster is Asketil, I think his name is. There's too many heroes to remember the names. Here's the other purple insanity hero. I'm just going to quickly bring him up here. There we go. Asketil. So he's also average and purple. So he's doing 10% damage to 3 and 40 insanity. So then we throw this on top of it. You're getting 40 insanity plus 45 insanity at average speed. You're getting good damage from both of these guys. And then you're going to have the enemy basically at 80, 90 insanity. Though any minions have got. So this is going to be a fantastic team against any mega minion especially. But any minion teams as well. But yeah, you're going to get that damage done. The only problem is with the minions is the hit is going to kill the minions first. So that's a little bit of a downer to it. So keep that in mind. So it's really only for then any new minions that they summon, because that 460% hit is going to kill them. So yeah, keep that in mind. 50 insanity on the caster, that's fine. Yeah, you just... for anyone who doesn't use insanity heroes, It's just great to try and heal it away. You can pair them with other heroes that are immune to insanity. If you've got excellent timing, you could use, as I mentioned in the previous one, Garten to try and stop getting that insanity on yourself. But no, another very solid hero. As I said, it's probably a little bit of an oversight that he's going to kill the minions before putting the corruption on. In most cases, it may not kill every minion. Some minions are extremely strong. But yeah, that's what's happening there. Another good hero, but again, nothing's super overpowered. And for anyone who doesn't care much for insanity, it's a nice, easy decision not to do anything. We'll have a quick look at the 4-star Lamentia, however we want to go there. We same Forsaken at family bonus. Rogue is good. Same passive. So that's all handy there. We'll just really look at the skill for these ones. Look, the Aether talent is special boost. Deals 280% damage to the target and nearby enemies and inflicts 15 insanity on them. It's pretty low insanity. The target and nearby enemies receive 388 curse damage over 4 turns, starting low and increasing every turn. Inflicts 55% or 55 insanity on the caster. So look, good hit 3. The only real place, I think, apart from extremely early game where you might be using 4 stars, you know, in your war teams and that sort of thing, if you don't have enough 5 stars, I think the outside of that, you're really only using them in sort of events and that sort of thing. So the hit 3 is really good for an event, 280% damage. But anyone with insanity is probably not going to be something you want to take into a tournament and or event. But yeah, definitely any sort of tournament 4-star. Being a newer hero, I think the stats are going to be great. That hit's going to be really good. And insanity is great against all the toons and glass that we see, as they don't, like, you know, they resist or reflect nearly everything else. So insanity in a 4-star is fantastic. And also 3-star. So yeah, very, very good hero with those stats being new, going to hit very well. Does a bit of curse damage as well. Very nice. And we have a nice looking little Piper here. Kind of looks like is it Rosanna's younger sibling or something maybe? Where's Rosanna? Yeah, bit of resemblance there, isn't there? Vantage point. So Ranger, neither here nor there, really. Defense up, Aether talent. No passive on this one, so it doesn't transform into anything or doesn't do anything crazy. That's a bit of a pity, really. Special skill, runs at fast speed, vantage point, deals 220 damage to the target and nearby enemies. So again, basically exactly what I said for the 4-star. 3-star tournaments, 3-star events. Hit 3s are really good, but the insanity, this one's inflicting 25 insanity to 3. And only 40 on itself. That's a little strange that this one is only doing 15 insanity. That seems like such a low amount of insanity when you're dealing 55% insanity to yourself. So that's a little bit strange. But back to Piper, 220%, 25 insanity to 3, only 40 on yourself. So that's a bit better ratio. Caster gets plus 17% attack. You can go up to 10. Again, with the insanity, firing, unless you're healing it off, so, you know, Hawk Moon or any other red healer, Hawk Moon's the one that comes to mind, heal off some of that insanity. Even then, if you heal it once, you've got 30 insanity. So whether you're going to risk firing again, so that's attack stack, I wouldn't take that into consideration too much because you're generally not getting repeat fires out of your insanity heroes. And I find it like the lower level without the troops that you've, like your legendary troops, it just seems to always take that extra tile or two. So when you're using 3 and 4 stars to get them charged, which can just be an absolute pain because it just makes it so long before you get the 2nd and 3rd charges. So keep that in mind. Very good hero being new. Stats are going to be good, going to be better than basically all the other 3 stars apart from Toons and Glass. But yeah, there we go. Let's do some summons. Best of luck if you're doing any. I hope you get the hero you want. I'm just going to pop a 10 off here and see what we get. I think I would love the purple guy, as I do have Asketil, but I have been doing an awful lot of leveling lately, so I am going to cut back on my pulls. I know I've said that a few times, but I did go pretty, God, Furman Richard. I did go pretty crazy during harvest, so I do need to back off a little bit for a while. Got a 5-star there, Furman Richard. He's pretty decent, but I do actually have a copy of him already. We'll see what happens if there's any bonus draws. No bonus draws. There we go. So I hope you get the hero you're looking for if you do any summons. Just remember to summon wisely, understand your odds. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, remember to gently caress the subscribe button, give your kitty a scritch for me, and have a bloody good one.